Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And you guys, now let's go to former Deputy National Security Advisor under President Trump, KT McFarland. KT, there was some big news today because a tanker, I think it's from Singapore, it was hit by Iran. So what do you make of this? It seems like Iran is kind of stepping up things. It was right around the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, so what it was is a Singapore-flagged cargo ship was attacked by a one-way drone. In other words, a suicide drone. A drone that was, it didn't do major damage. It hit the deck, but, the ship didn't sink or anything. But the interesting part of it was that the ship was sailing on the southern part of the strait near the Omani coast. That's the coast that we thought was, ours, and that we thought was cleared of any Iranian threats. It's not clear that the ship wasn't escorted by the United States, but the United States is patrolling that area. So this is a major escalation. Now, why did it happen? Because on one hand, you've got the Iranian leadership, the civilian leadership, negotiating, and in good faith, supposedly, negotiating with our people, and it looks like they want to do a deal. But who did the drone? Whose drone was it? It was the IRGC. So I think that the Revolutionary Guard Corps, the most militant of the Iranians. It's the military. It's the guys who want to be the martyrs and the guys who want no agreement with the United States under any circumstances, and they'd rather be martyred than have an agreement. So I think what you're seeing is an attempt by the IRGC to sabotage the deal.
But, KT, drone. You'll never be able to stop one drone.
One drone. And that's the problem.
There's always a jerk someplace around that has one drone left over from the war, and he's going to be a hero.
Yeah, and remember that the IRGC is not a unified command. It has, I think, 62 provinces, 62 military units. And they're kind of all operating on their own. So for all you know, it's just one guy with one drone deciding he wanted to be the hero, like you said. So what do you do about it?
But I can't believe it's going to panic the whole market. The market was up, before lunch, the market was up 700 points. And I come back after lunch, and it's up only 70 points.
You shouldn't take lunch.
Yeah. I had lunch with Mayor Mandami.
That's right. You had an important lunch. All right.
See what it cost me?
Oh, boy, it cost you a lot. See what happens in New York now?
So, KT, talking about splits, when the agreement got signed by the president, the Ayatollah or someone on his path, whatever, said, this is a responsibility of the president, not our responsibility.
Exactly. And, Ed, you're so right to say that. Nobody picked up on that. Nobody saw that was the first sign of a split between the mullahs and the IRGC on one side and the parliamentary leaders or the civilian leaders of the parliament and the presidency. So there's a split. Now, should we what's going to happen, right? So obviously, ships are going to be nervous about going through, but even more so is that the companies the insurers who would insure the ships that are going through, they're going to get spooked. And so you're now having a case of like the tail is wagging the dog, the group that is not as powerful as it once was, the IRGC, the mullahs, and they're the ones who are going to be able to sabotage the deal. I think that it's going to be a tough couple of weeks, and everybody just take a deep breath. As John said, don't get spooked. This will be worked out. But at the end of the day, Iran doesn't have any options. Iran either faces the United States obliterating its economy, obliterating its military, probably taking out the second, third, fourth tier of its leadership, or doing a deal.
There's no way you can eliminate every colonel and every major, that wants to be a hero and has a leftover drone. There's no way you can do 100%.
Correct. But does that mean then you just walk away and say no deal, or does that mean you...
No, you go forward and you do the deal and you keep going. That's it.
Exactly. You just keep going.
Judge Weinberg, real quick.
KT, what about Hezbollah? What's next?
Well, if the IRGC has done this with a ship, with a drone, I'm assuming that the IRGC will then unleash Hezbollah, encourage Hezbollah, go do something against Israel, knowing full well that Israel will have to respond. And then Hezbollah and the IRGC can then point to that and say, oh, look, they're breaking the ceasefire. There are a lot of groups that want to sabotage this deal, including potentially some from Israel. But we've got, as John said, you've just got to keep going. Because it will eventually happen. But this is not a sport for the faint of heart.
No, that's for sure. That's a good way to put it. KT, we love you. Thank you for your great perspective always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.